So it was a very brief lecture, but it's kind of hard to know what maybe you have any questions you would like to ask.
What's the average age on the campus?
The average age on the campus. On our campus, we have kind of two parts of the campus. So one part is for the undergraduate students. So they have 8 different accommodation areas. And our postgraduate students, they live in the south of the campus. So we try to separate the undergraduates from the postgraduates a bit, because the undergraduates, they're a bit noisier than the postgraduates. So the average age on the undergraduate students, they start when they are 18, 19, and they finish in the 20s, 21. The postgraduate students, they start either straight after their studies, so mid-20s, mid to late 20s. But of course we also have doctorate students studying for PhD, and there are students with families who come. So, you know, there is a real mix. The campus also provides accommodation for couples. So if you want to come with your wife, if you want to come with your children. We also have a nursery for the little kids on the campus. So the average age, you know, it depends. It's really kind of a broad, depending on what course you're studying.
So I'm 28, and for example, in here it's not usual. It's not common to see a 28 person go to a graduate school, college, graduate course. But I intend to do a postgraduate LLM, economic.
Yeah.
And my age is
it's okay.
It's common. It's common.
Yeah, it's very
to
common.
People that actually young.
I think you will be studying postgraduate, so you know the students can be 35, 40, people returning to the university. So I think you are actually quite young, you know, so there is nothing strange in your late 20s to come and study at all. I came to the UK when I was 28 when I came to the UK as well to do my PhD, and I felt quite young on the campus. So don't feel it's normal for students in the UK to come a bit later, especially if you are studying law. I think a lot of people, you know, they study a bit later. So you are not going to be feeling like, oh, there are too many young people and I don't know what to do. Yeah. So any other questions?
How much does it cost to have a bedroom in an individual bedroom?
Okay, I will talk only from the Lancaster experience. So we have bedrooms from £90 to about 110 per week. So I usually say that for accommodation, you need about 1,000 reais per month for accommodation and food and books. It's 1,000, 1,200. Depends what's your lifestyle. If you like going out and eating in restaurants, then it will be more expensive. But accommodation only will be 1,000 reais per month. Rio is very expensive.
Yes.
Yes. I have my student is here now. She's studying here, and she lived on the campus in Lancaster, and now she is living with somebody in just having a little room in somebody's house. And still, she's saying it's more expensive here for her. So.
And when you said about the employers that
Yeah.
they go to the university and look for the students, what are the expectations for a foreign student to initiate a career, global career? Is it possible? Is it common?
It's very common because we have, well, our employers are global employers. So it doesn't mean that you are in the UK that you will be applying only in the UK. So we have links all over the world, and they have offices around the world. So they are big global employers. Of course, if you want to stay in the UK, there are now restrictions on the work visa. But as soon as you come to the UK, you have to find your careers office straight away, which is sometimes very strange for the students, not for undergraduates. But if you are doing a postgraduate study, because it's only 1 year, you can start applying for jobs as soon as you start your course. You don't have to wait. It's not true that you have to wait to finish the course. So a lot of students are confused because they start the program and they are very busy. But we, for example, we have the careers advisors coming to talk to the students from the week number 1, from the first week you arrive. Because you have to start planning the process. And a lot of employers, they have graduate programs. So when you're applying actually, for example, imagine you are applying now, October 2011, you are actually applying for a job that will start in October 2012. And for these big employers, again, like HSBC, Santander, PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG, these big employers, they have long processes of recruitment, and they usually open their recruitment in autumn to start next autumn. So you have to be really switched on and start, working on your CV, working on how to do an interview. But you have to find your careers advisor in your university. But again, on the campus is much easier because they will be there all the time, hustling you. Come on, what do you want to do? So it's important to think. I know it's a lot to think about because you've only just arrived at the UK. You've only just started your course, and then they want to you start applying for jobs. But that's the way it is in the UK. That's the way things work. Any other questions about anything? Ask me anything.
I have lots of questions I'm going to ask.
Yeah, ask me.
In average, how much is a postgraduate course?
Okay. Difficult question. The courses that are in biggest demand are the most expensive courses. So what do you think is in the biggest demand?
LLMs, administration, business.
Yeah, business, management, finance in the UK. Finance and economics, business is the most expensive course. And it can reach up to 18,000 pounds. LLM is a bit cheaper. I would say maybe around 14,000 or less. And then social sciences, it's about 12,000. Again, it depends on the university as well. So, but this is the average from my university, what I can tell you. I really encourage you to look at the rankings of the universities in the UK. I know it's not very usual here, but people look at, are these students from this university employable? Do they get jobs? Is the environment safe? So they assess us every year. The students do assessment on the campus. What are the facilities like? Is it safe? Is it good? Is the academic environment good for me? And they collect all this data in the UK and they publish the rankings. So if you already have to invest into going to the UK, don't get disillusioned by going to London. Maybe it's not the best for, in the ranking. So you want a highly ranked university for your money. You want the quality. You want the top 10. Which in the UK, there's a lot of emphasis and we compete. And the higher the universities are, the more they try and satisfy the students, do more, bring more employers, do more things for the students. So that's what really the ranking means. That your course will be very good, the quality of the course is good, but also the student services are very good. Yeah, so look at where is this university, how is it ranked? Ask the British Council, they will give you the rankings. We have 3 major rankings in the UK. So they will tell you, the British Council will tell you. I think it's important, you probably think it's something quite abstract in Brazil, but in the UK it's very important, and in the world, that people go to higher